What's the podcast name again?
Bro, let's talk about that.
Welcome to Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez, local radio host and Animal Crossing enthusiast. I'm here with my co-host, Alex Pruneda, aka Metas. Alex.
Bitch.
Great job, Alex.
I said that before the podcast. I was gonna do it anyways. I guess to give something about a little about me, since this is the pilot episode, if things go correctly, I am an anime YouTuber. I like to do analysis and power scaling and just overall kind of talk about shit randomly on the internet for people to enjoy. If you want to put that in the Wikipedia article, go ahead. I will not stop you.
We now have our first sentences of Wikipedia.
There you go.
Animal Crossing enthusiast and anime entrepreneur.
Anime entrepreneur. I've been called by ladies at work. I'm not going to say where we work, but some of the female coworkers have called me an entrepreneur, and I laugh and say, "Lady, I just talk about anime characters online, and people like it. I am not a businessman."
Every time I
but to give a kind of almost a redo of that sentence, this podcast could become something into an entrepreneurial entity. So it might be a thing.
This is what happens when I wake up one night and I just feel the demons in my brain saying to do things. So I was just like, hey, I could do a podcast. Let me get some idiots together and we'll just make something happen.
And to comment onto that, this is an interesting development here because this is a culmination of like years of being friends and our abilities together. Because I won't lie, a lot of people when they do podcasts, because I think there was a segment you wanted to go into later on in this, is that people don't know how to talk. And both me and Caleb have been complimented many times through our high school lives, is that we know how to talk. Even though I'm shy, but I know how to speak my words.
I think the better phrasing is we don't know how to shut up.
That too. But to also add upon that, it's like people that start podcasts don't know what they're doing, but he's a radio host. I'm a YouTuber. We have probably way better equipment than the starting dude ever in life who wants to start a podcast. And an audio guy.
We started with an audio guy.
Actually, hold up. My brother, so I don't think my brother has ever made an appearance on my YouTube channel at all. Maybe in a live stream.
I got cut from the channel too, actually. I had
You had a video, but it was goofy.
But it was so bad that Alex had to get rid of it.
It was so goofy, dude. It was just for fun. It was some kid shit. But yeah, no, I guess this is technically the first appearance of my brother anywhere. He doesn't have a microphone. He's just across he's just across the room. But yeah, I do have a brother, and he is doing audio. And back on the equipment side of things, we got a lot going here. There's probably at least a couple $1,000s worth of equipment here that I don't think a lot of people are actually going to have while they do their first podcast. So I think we have an advantage over the competition.
I think you gave this podcast the advantage because I literally came in here with like school supplies. And I was like, all right, guys, let's do a podcast. And then all of a sudden you're pulling out the multi-$100 equipment. And I'm like, oh shoot.
This is happening.
They're real. And it wasn't even really you. It was bringing your brother over here. Just like, all right, I'm pulling out all the stuff. You don't have to do anything but talk. And I'm like, I don't feel. So I'm the host in name only. That's what I am.
That's what a lot of hosts are, at least some of the bigger ones. Like, so here's another thing that I think we also need to clarify. This podcast is everything: politics, stories, possibly interviews in the future, overall opinions on pop culture. So it's not just going to be what me and Caleb normally do. It's going to be truly anything. Because I feel like with YouTube, at least personally right now, maybe I can document this for later on in the future, is that I do feel limited on my YouTube channel. So this is kind of an outlet in a way for me to just kind of like talk about shit. Because I'll be honest, like Ben Shapiro, Joe Rogan, I guess Andrew Schultz, some of my bigger inspirations, except for Ben. Ben
Shapiro's your biggest inspiration.
I hate Ben Shapiro. I'm stating this now, baby. I am a Middle of the guy politics guy. I hate the left. I hate the right. We're getting into this, baby.
I think everybody in this room is pretty middle. I don't know about Andrew over here.
Andrew's seen some shit, but
we don't care about his opinion right now.
No, he's just audio, man. He's just audio.
He's only
man.
ears. He has no mouth.
Exactly, and he must scream. But yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I was even talking about. That's another thing that's gonna happen. Sometimes I'll go on tangents and I'll be like, damn, what the fuck was I talking about? Because I don't script my videos. That's another thing to add to the Wikipedia page.
I didn't know that either.
I do not script my videos. I usually just grab my manga panels and I get them into into my thoughts. And just in case, just because I know my microphone arm does this, is that my arm mic is garbage and you can actually hear it. So I want to actually so if you hear any of that, if it picks it up, it's just the mic arm. You don't hear it? Okay, fucking awesome, dude. I hear when I record. Maybe it's because my room's a lot more insulated. Also, that's another thing. We're in my fucking dining room.
And honestly, it's a pretty good setup. This is better than the setup I was thinking.
Unironically, yeah.
I was like, you know what? We could do it. We could drive and do the podcast. We could see what happens.
It's fucking blank, though.
We'll have the sound guy.
Oh, that shit. That
See, I actually, there's a lot of different podcast episodes I want to do. I want to do one where we're actually trying different foods and stuff too.
See, it's a mukbang. It's literally just a mukbang.
Yes, but except I want us to suffer.
Jesus Christ.
I want us to feel pain. This is foreshadowing to a future episode I have in mind where only pain will happen.
Only pain. So
and Alex cannot avoid it. Alex can't avoid my chaos anymore.
Where is
He's
my
a part of
Spotify
this.
deal already? I want to get paid.
We need to get paid for this.
Yes, I have a Red Bull in hand. I got my phone, bro. I'm trying to. It's a hustle. I'll be honest. I guess we're going to dive into kind of our first major topic other than introducing ourselves. As a person, I like money.
Yes.
And as a young kid, I am 19 as I'm recording this. I have the stigma or fear that I don't want my bank account ever to reach zero. That is because of my mother. My mother has instilled the fear into me that if I don't have $20 in my bank account, I am fucked. And having $20 in your bank account already basically means you're fucked. But I've seen some people do some wild shit.
In this world, yes, $20 is pretty much you're bankrupt.
Yes. And I feel like with this podcast, it's just another way for revenue and just having fun. But genuinely, just because this is more Caleb's thing and I'm just here being the homie, I think we can really do things. But this is for me to get paid eventually and just have fun. And that's just another thing for the Wikipedia article. We are getting Meta's lore today, baby.
Meta's lore.
This is the pilot episode. The name's Meta's lore, baby. So I have no idea where I'm segueing. I'm just having fun.
You're just going. I'm just letting you go. I like what you have to say.
Eating? Oh, fuck. Talk. Oh, you know what? Okay.
I mean, I feel like we could save that for
later. Okay. I guess I'll let Caleb talk just because this is you, bud.
So I did have a segue with my Animal Crossing enthusiast thing, but I really liked what you had to say.
I'm just fucking talking.
You got a lot to say, and I like it. But so. Anyways, what I was saying about my Animal Crossing enthusiast is actually, did you ever see at the beginning of the pandemic when people did that?
We need to also talk about that.
They did an Animal Crossing podcast where they were all Animal Crossing. They did their interviews within Animal Crossing. That's how they got their guests and stuff. And I was like,
marking them?
No, it was just some random dudes who, I don't know if they still do it though. I think they died.
Be like, you want to be on our podcast?
Yeah,
that's some bitchin' advertisement, though.
Like literally, Nintendo didn't have to advertise the game. Everybody else advertised it. I think they should have paid me for advertising because I got everyone in town to buy that game.
For real, I heard Animal Crossing was interesting. I never got it. My brother wanted me to get it,
You're
but
stronger than most.
I guess I was, but fuck, what did I get instead?
Bro, I have almost 600 hours on that game.
Why the fuck?
And that's not even high for Animal Crossing. I thought I was the biggest Animal Crossing fan. There's this chick who has like 12. I don't know. I've never seen her face.
Oh, never mind then, I guess.
Just hit 12.
Oh, no way, bro. Nah. No, okay, the only reason why I say let me defend myself.
Okay,
let me defend myself.
And then I'll continue.
Because I scroll on Twitter. I won't lie, I'm a Twitter enthusiast. No, I'm not. I fucking hate the place. But what I've noticed is a lot of girls, and I'm not joking here. Is Animal Crossing just mostly girls? I swear to God, it is.
I think it became mostly girls, but
it's mostly e-girls, and that's why I said, is she hot? Because there's some bad bitches on Twitter.
It started out with a lot of people playing it, and then when it comes down to it, it remains the chicks and then me. I'm just like, yeah, I just like making money on Animal Crossing. I run around and fish all day.
For real.
But what I was gonna say, she's not 12. She's actually our age.
Fuck yeah.
But
okay. I was sweating there, bro.
What I was saying was she has like 1,200 hours on the game.
Okay.
And I'm like, how the heck? I thought I played this game every day, but she is on a whole other level with how many hours she has.
That is, it's insane how many hours you can put into a game. Like, I won't lie, as of recording this, Elden Ring just came out. It has been my current addiction and the reason why I haven't uploaded videos for like 2 weeks. But after this podcast, I am going to edit. But yeah, gaming's cool. And I like wasting hours, but sometimes it's not productive. That might be an old man kind of take, but it really is. I won't lie. Video games are just a way to waste time in a happy and fruitful way.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to waste time. I mean, unless you're me, of course, and you spend from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. every single day for a month playing Animal Crossing when it first came out.
That was some demon hours.
Like,
dude.
literally the first 10 days, not even 10 actually, it was the first week of having the game, I had over 100 hours clocked on that game. Jesus. And somehow, some way, I got whatever homework we needed to do for those. Well, it wasn't a lot.
Is that just a blur? Is everything other than Animal Crossing was a blur?
My whole, we pretty much graduated in March when the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, well, at first I was like, oh yeah, because I still thought we were coming back to school at some point. So I was like, oh, when we get back to school, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to be so ripped by the time everyone comes back. They'll be like, whoa, look what the pandemic did to everybody. And then Animal Crossing came out and it was just Animal Crossing hours. And this is why I was like, I brought up the Animal Crossing podcast because I was like, man, if I had any equipment at all at that time, I could have made that podcast and it probably would have died as interest plummeted, but still, easy revenue.
Easy revenue,
especially since I was playing it nonstop.
For real. I remember that. You were just Animal Crossing. I saw it in a fucking Zoom meeting you were playing Animal Crossing. I was like, what the fuck?
I literally didn't pay attention to it. Like, my whole life was just like, all right. Like, literally, it got so bad. I was so addicted to the game that it'd be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and my brother would come in and he's like, "Have you eaten all day today?" And I was like, "Well, I had some apples in Animal Crossing. I ate some apples in Animal Crossing."
Fucking say
yes,
that?
And he's like, "You need to eat actual food. You need to feed your actual dog. You haven't done anything other than play Animal Crossing."
Holy fuck.
And I was like,
I've never heard this story.
I had like a realization moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been spending my whole life playing Animal Crossing. And so I ate and fed my dog, played with her for a bit, and then I came back inside and I was like, all right, back to Animal Crossing.
Okay, you know what the weird thing about that is, and this is what I've noticed almost in a sense, and I feel like it's kind of bad, is that once you have a video game in your life or just something addictive, everything else feels like an objective to get back to said addiction. And I won't lie, that's how it's kind of been for me with YouTube as of late, because I'm like, damn, I want to make this YouTube video. But fuck Elden Ring or just something else in general. I won't lie, I kind of get super anxious. I guess this is where I reveal my true intentions of just being an adult, is that like, it just feels weird as of late, just kind of adulting. I guess maybe in the sense if this podcast goes on for long enough, you'll see the transition from me being a young adult to an actual adult.
We'll actually gain maturity at some point.
At some point.
Somehow, some way. I don't think it's possible, but maybe Alex will.
It's just weird. I don't know. I feel really anxious in life. And you know what I just realized too? If I promote this on my YouTube channel or really anywhere, eventually my aunts and your possible relatives too will watch.
Well, I think they're going to be my relatives will be my OnlyFans for a while.
OnlyFans?
No. They'll be my singular fans for a while. And
usually what happens. But no,
yeah, I mean, I'll post it everywhere, but We'll see who listens. We'll see who wants to deal with our ramblings for an hour every day.
For real.
Well, not every day, every week.
Every week. Until, who knows, maybe me and Caleb can make this a full-time thing and we're just heading to the office every day and just being like, what's happening on the news today?
Putting on my fedora and getting my briefcase. I'm off to work, honey.
Oh, my Lord, dude. No, I'm just going to show up in fucking some shorts and a fucking sweater and be like, what's up, everybody? I get paid by Spotify to do this shit. But, yeah, this is weird. And just to go back to the whole adult thing, me being anxious and bullshit, is that when the pandemic started and we were thrown into this thing thinking this shit was going to be 2 fucking weeks, and it has been 2 fucking years.
It's been insane. 2 years since the pandemic started.
Almost 3, right?
No, it's only 2.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I thought it was last year. I was like, how many years has it been since I graduated? Is it like 5 years? I don't even, how old am I? And then what was worse, going on age and stuff, like, I'm only 19. I only turned 19 last year. I'm going to turn 20 this year. But it's like, I was at one of the Father's Day barbecues, and one of my little cousins, she's like 7, she comes up to me and she's like, Happy Father's Day. And I'm like, I'm not a father. And she's like, of course you're a father. You're old. And I was like,
oh no.
What? I'm not even 20 yet.
Oh my. Did you not have a girlfriend at the time too?
No, this is just before.
Wow. That's crazy.
But what made things even crazier is a few months later, I'm given the news that I'm not going to be an uncle. I'm already an uncle. I'm going to be a great uncle.
Jesus Christ.
So I don't know how I don't have the Doctor Strange gray streaks on the side of my head.
I want that when I'm older. I really do. If I get gray anything, I want streaks in my hair.
I think you have to dye your hair to be
really.
Able to do that.
I'm gonna do that. It's badass.
Well, once you start getting silver, you have to start dyeing the top to your natural color to be able to make it look.
I want to look like that. I'm gonna look like Doctor Strange. You're gonna call me Dr. Metis. So that's how I'm going to gain the title of doctor. Not actually going through through college.
I gained the title of doctor just by saying I was a doctor.
Oh yeah, Caleb got some lore, bro.
That was an arc, but we'll save that for a future episode.
Okay, I guess to keep on going with the whole pandemic thing, just because this is us being us and just explaining stories just for later on. Because with podcasts and just with the internet in general, you gotta build a relationship with your audience, which I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel. I think I'm finally getting into that, being like, hey, blah, blah, blah on the community tab or just whatever. I'm just trying to be like, hey, this is me. I'm not an asshole or anything, but this is what our relationship is between us. And kind of just explaining shit to you guys is just, me and Caleb just being dudes with fucking really expensive equipment that I have gained over the years.
Yes, I think they're aware how expensive this equipment is. Yes. We had a whole segment talking about the equipment.
Jesus, it's really a lot. I think this is all tax write-offs too. I think most of it, right, Andrew? Last year or something. That's another thing. If we're gonna go into the whole YouTube thing right after. Okay, so I had started my YouTube channel. I think when I first started uploading. No, was it 20? It's 2018, 2019. I started right
2019.
It was right before the pandemic.
Your first videos were all Smash Brothers videos.
Oh, and then
you just completely segued to anime and only anime.
For now, we'll know.
Did you really?
No, they're all unlisted. They're still there. If you find the links for them, basically deleted, but they're there.
I like those first videos.
Those ones are garbage. The mic I am using currently is not the same mic I had now, and I know how those old videos sounded. They were garbage, and I was quiet. I was all like, "Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video."
Hey everyone, this is Alex with the. I
actually, gosh. Another thing too is in the terms of evolution and progression, just getting all this shit, and even talking to this point is that I wasn't called Metas in the beginning.
No,
it was further evolution, further power, which is my Twitter handle. And now it has evolved into Metas, and I think that's final. It's simple. It works. It gets, huh? Facebook. What do you mean Facebook? Oh shit!
This guy could have sued Facebook.
I want you to know, I was so tempted to fucking sue. I was all like, wait a minute.
We could be living in a universe where Facebook got sued by small anime YouTuber.
I was like, this is my name, bitch. I think I could have won that lawsuit too, right? I don't know how the whole YouTube name works.
Probably not. I mean, I think
But the universe, I did win.
They'd have to prove that somehow they took it from you, and Meta is kind of a name you could derive from anything. So I
what if
don't
in the
think
future the Facebook finds my email address and says you need to change your name,
so, that then you could have a lawsuit going because you can prove that you had it before they even.
or close enough because I have the S at the end, so it'd be different enough. But it'd be like, well, you're still calling me out for it, you little bitch. So,
Yeah, they can't sue you for that because you had it first.
I did have it first.
And they can't prove that you took it from them because even if they did create it prior to your creation,
which wouldn't make sense.
That
It'd be
means
like
that you'd have to have an inside guy to know that they were going to change their company name to Meta.
I know Mark Zuckerberg, the reptile.
Mark Zuckerberg whispered on a drunk night to Alex, "Hey, I'm gonna change my company's name to Meta," and you're like, Meta.
Apparently
Metas? Yes, of course.
No, that's crack. That's a cracked out dream. But I have no idea where this. Okay, oh no, I know where we're going with it. The whole like, a lot has changed, worldly.
Too much has changed,
and me, in a sense, both me and Caleb, and even my brother to a certain degree. That like this pandemic, low key though, this is the patch update. For the internet update that happened in like the late 90s, bro. Like low key, this is what it is.
This is the culmination of unchecked
Everything.
humanity.
Yeah, really, truly. You know how the Black Plague basically made modern day. So okay, I guess we'll explain a little bit of lore.
Get on the
here's
history.
Here's
Get on
another
the
thing
history.
about me that I need to mention is that on top of anime analysis and power scaling and just me kind of really going more in depth on anime than I really should, is that I'm also a history buff. If you look through my recommendations, it's memes, anime, and history. And the history can range from like anything from like ancient. I think what the farthest I like to go back is Mesopotamia because that's pretty interesting. Unless we go into like the conspiratorial questions, which I think we could talk about eventually on the.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of things. We can. About. Yeah. There's so much. The world's so vast, so much information.
I might be talking a lot about Joe Rogan. His podcast is okay. He has some wild ass takes, but the one take I do agree with because there is evidence behind it is the Younger Dryas impact theory, which basically says that humans were probably around for a lot longer. Well, modern day humans with technology, because there's a lot of evidence saying that there is possibly older humans that lived before Mesopotamia. But regardless, I like history. I like information like that. And kind of to wrap it back into the Black Plague and just explain that real quick, is the Black Plague basically redid Europe, basically, in a sense. And basically allow the common man to do some wild ass shit.
They learned they needed to wash their hands.
For real. And that washing of hands led to the Industrial Revolution a couple years later.
Oh man, and then things got worse.
It got worse. Then we've entered the internet age. And from the internet, we've been needing a patch update. I'm gonna be real, bro. It's been wild, bro.
I feel like every single advancement in humanity has somehow made the planet worse to live on.
COVID was a good thing. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it wasn't a good thing. It was not. I'm clearly people have died. I've
terrible
seen people
take.
Die. No, it's terrible. But that's basically what it is if you really want to look at it. Because this is now put kind of almost a perspective with at least Americans. I'm not speaking for everybody, but that like shit's different. The internet has changed things dramatically.
Oh yeah.
The internet is a weapon. I'm gonna state this for the history books for now. Who knows if I'm gonna get quoted in the future. The internet is the single greatest weapon. You can make an echo chamber, and that echo chamber can become a communist revolution or whatever type of revolution, and shit can go bad dramatically, instantaneously. And we're kind of starting to see that. I think the pandemic revealed things about a lot of people, and it has led.
You can't trust your neighbors anymore.
For real, you really can't.
I don't trust myself. My right half of the brain. It's just like, I don't know. It's contradicting what the left side's trying to say. And now my creative side and my, what's the other side of the brain?
I don't know.
The cognitive.
The middle.
Yes, the two sides of the brain, the right and the middle.
The right and the middle. And, just to keep on going, is that like the pandemic has led things to make the internet a lot stronger than it previously was. And that has led me to make my YouTube channel. I've been able to really engross my ability to make things on Photoshop, edit, and all that bullshit, and evolve. But it has also led to other people figuring out that you can do some crazy ass shit, and it is fucking wild to see that in real time. and gets to keep on, relevant topics. War in Ukraine, baby. Holy fuck.
That is absolutely bonkers.
It is bonkers, bro. Putin has been planning this since the birth of fucking CSGO. I kid you
Since
the
the
fuck.
birth of CSGO.
No, bro, what? CSGO came out in like 2012, 2014?
The 18, yes.
I think it was 2012, 2014. CSGO came out. Fucking Putin invades Crimea and occupies it, and now we're here, and CSGO is still living around the same time. It is wild. The evolving pattern of CSGO and Putin to the current things they are doing now is insane.
Now, I think that's grounds for a conspiracy right
Oh,
there.
well,
But,
yeah,
well,
a lot of Russians.
we can come back to that later.
I'm just kind of just shitboxing, shit talking. I'm just kind of fucking talking on my ass and just having fun with it, really, truly. And just kind of, getting shit about me. I want to portray me to the audience that I might analyze stuff and I might seem smart, but dude, I'm just going to be fucking talking, dog. That's really what it is.
And I just like bouncing off of whatever people say. Like the more somebody has excitement about something, the more I get it. I'm like a puppy. You start bouncing around. I'm like, oh boy, where are we going? Where are we going?
Where are we going? Yeah. This is just generally what happens. And I won't lie, this is podcast episode 0.0, because when we first got the idea to do this, we talked about for an hour about random shit, and it actually sounded pretty good. And me and Caleb were like, what the fuck? We could have recorded that.
That was the beta podcast. This is the, pre-alpha, whatever.
Whatever. We're just talking, dude. It really is truly like that. And I don't know. I think there's enough about me on the internet to where people are like, oh yeah, that's what Metas does. He likes to talk about shit and seems smart, at least on the surface level. So what the fuck is about you? You have no documentation on the internet. What do you do?
I'm kind of an enigma, honestly. Like,
what are you, the Riddler?
Most of the I guess.
Also, Batman was fire.
We can talk about that on the future, or we can talk about that later.
We can talk about that now later.
Who knows?
It's up to you. It's technically yours. I'm just the co-host. I'm just here. I'm just here.
But honestly, talking about myself is so hard, because if you ask me about something about me, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not very interesting. And then but once you get talking to me, this happens every single time people meet me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a very interesting person. I just like doing whatever. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they get talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, I remember this one time I accidentally
caught on fire.
That's actually that's almost a true story right there.
Fuck.
I was actually about to say that. I don't know how you somehow
I have known Caleb for so long.
Hijacked
I can
my
finish
idea.
his fucking sentences.
That I've literally lit my aunt's field on fire.
What
the entire
fuck?
thing. Almost the whole cornfield went up one time.
That's insane. How would you do? Why did you do this?
So it was the 4th of July.
And you were playing with fireworks.
Yes.
2016. What the? We knew each other back then. What the fuck? You've never told me this story.
I posted on my Snapchat story.
But
I guess I never said that I lit the field on fire. I just posted a picture of a field on fire, and I just was wondering if anybody actually knew the I'm going to be honest. Back in middle school, I literally did not give any context to anything that I said on the internet. Now, I'm a little more smart, but that's not the story. The story is I lit my aunt's field on fire. So what happened was one of my cousins lit a big Bertha firework, but it exploded a little low. And that year was one of the driest seasons we've ever had.
Was it 2016 when the Washington fire started kicking up?
It was.
I swear. Okay, just to deviate real quick. Me and Caleb, when the fire started getting really bad and they started to be more prevalent and you can almost kind of predict them. Me and Caleb are basically waiting now for the spring to pop up and the first ones to start, because they always start around spring.
They always start May, and then by if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you know that by at least late August, early September, the sky is red. The sun is
yellow.
We have the blood sun.
Basically,
it's literally like, if anyone's played Final Fantasy VII out there, there's a scene towards the end. Spoilers if you don't know. But towards the end of Final Fantasy VII, there's a part where the main villain brings the apocalypse to the planet, and one of the main characters, she wakes up, and the guy's like, you have to see this. And the blinds are down, but when he opens the blinds, it's just bright red light coming in, and you just hear.
Oh shit!
Oh no, the world is ending. But that's literally how it is. I woke up. It
was yellow. It's been yellow for a while.
2020 was literally like almost what you'd expect the apocalypse to be. Because I woke up one random morning with the smell of smoke in the house. And I looked at my window. I have like a weird window where it's like kind of like fabric.
His window's so fucking stupid.
It's super. Oh my God. I'm not even the window itself. My blinds are fabric, but the window itself is stupid. Where it's literally like.
My brother's window's also stupid.
I don't know what's wrong with the windows at our house. It literally makes no sense.
He got windows on the fucking floor, dog.
Well, to be fair, half of our house is actually underground.
It's funny, but it's just. I've always wanted to comment about that.
But our windows are literally it's just our windows too. Nowhere else in the house has such garbage windows. But his room, the windows. Like messed up, and in my room for some reason my window has like frosted glass for no reason. I can't even look outside of it. But anyways, I've segued twice now. I'm gonna start coming back.
Go back.
So when I opened the window in September, I think it was like September 3rd of 2020. I look out the fabric blind. I look at them, pure red. I'm like, that's not good. And then I look outside. The sun is blood red. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the end days. We are all gonna die.
There you go.
And anyways, segueing back to my original topic.
Yes.
So my cousin lights the Big Bertha, explodes too low. Little spark flies in the dry grass. Literally lights a fire.
You started the Washington fires. We found the culprit.
No, hold on.
Wait a minute.
You haven't heard the worst part yet.
Oh God.
So the Big Bertha starts a fire, and we put it the culmination of my massive family. I have a huge family, so everyone worked together to put out that fire, and then we're all done. And then the fire department comes, and they're like, "Well, we'll wet the field, and I guess you guys can continue lighting because the field's wet now, so just be careful."
And it happened again.
Hold on. Yes, it does, but you're ruining the story.
I'm just predicting it. I'm just saying spoilers.
So what happens is I hear this and I'm like, oh, the field's wet now. We can light the fireworks. So me and two of my little cousins, I'm like, come on, guys.
It's always your cousins.
Let's go light a firework. And I grab one of those little bee fireworks, you know, the tiny ones that fly up in the air. The most weak, unimpressive firework. It lights up, goes zzz in the air, and then it like turns and looks at the grass, and it beelines towards there and drops. And I'm like, that's fine. It's wet. And I just see a little bright light get brighter and brighter, and then literally not the Big Bertha starts the biggest fire. The little tiny bee catches the whole field on fire.
Was this on the news?
No, it was not on the news.
I sort of. I'm thinking, having vague memories.
I've tried so hard to make. You know, it was on the. We'll get back. Well, I'll get back to this though. I can't segue too much, but
okay,
I'm gonna finish the story. I lit the biggest fire known to Moses Lake, pretty much. Well, second biggest fire known to Moses Lake, but. My family once again goes out, fights the fire, gets it out, huge fire. These guys come out, their neighbors run up, and there's this crazy guy who's like, shoot, we gotta put out this fire, shoot. And he's like freaking out. He's like, we can't let it get to the corn. This is our final stand.
Jesus Christ.
My family's just staring at this guy like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Now, I like making the joke that this guy like covers.
Why am I imagining Resident Evil 7 character?
He like covers himself with gasoline and runs out in the field. He's like, "It's got me, guys! It's got me!
What the?
Save yourselves! Save the children!" And then, literally after all that dramatic stuff, they get the fire out, and then the fire department comes back after the fire's out again. And they're like, are you guys done? And then everyone's all sooty and dirty. And they're like, yeah, we're done. And then they're like, who lit that firework? And everyone just turns around. And I'm just standing in the corner just like, Listen, I was given false information about the state of the field.
This is gonna be on your Wikipedia page, by the way.
I'm pyromaniac.
Yes.
That's underneath.
You're from TF2?
Underneath Animal Crossing enthusiast is pyromaniac. This Wikipedia page makes no sense.
You've had a real weird thing with fire. I swear to God.
Every time it's always fire.
I'm never giving you a match.
I've had to use matches recently.
Jesus.
Nobody trusts me. Literally, not a single person trusts me.
Neither will I after that story.
But,
Yes.
okay. Well, here's the other fire. Here's the most famous fire in Moses Lake is the Chico's, the Great Chico's fire.
Bro, when Chico's lit up, that shit was wild.
That was
dude.
the funniest thing. That the anniversary of that happened fairly recently. I think it was back in January.
You hear the guy was the guy that owned Chico's was weird too.
I did.
We can talk about.
We can talk about
we
that.
Can talk about
we'll talk about the Chico's fire and then that.
Okay.
So funny thing about Chico's fire happens January. Everyone's devastated except for me. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world that the greasiest pizza place on earth.
It's actually kind of ironic.
It's literally the greasiest place on earth. Lights on fire.
greasiest place on earth.
It's so bad. Literally,
I won't lie.
Their slogan is you have to use a whole roll of napkins just to make sure your hands are dry. I don't want to use that many napkins while I'm eating pizza. It's too much napkins. And my stomach
just go to
hurts.
Pizza Hut.
My stomach hurts so bad after eating pizza.
You know what?
After eating
Fuck it. If we're
Chico's.
criticizing Chico's just because it's a local place, and
We're
we
going
killed
down
them,
on Chico's.
Fuck Chico's, dog. Nah, I'm being real. All the people that I know personally in life like that place, except for my dad and my mom. Fuck Chico's, dog. Their crust is garbage. Fuck it. I'm beefing with Chico's right now. Meta's rant, baby.
My whole family
Fuck
loves Chico's.
I hate their toppings. I hate their sauce. I fucking hate their breading. Fuck that shit. I know that Pizza Hut and Domino's aren't the best, but fuck it. I put Little Caesars over Chico's. Fuck that
It's just
place.
too greasy. Every time you eat it, it's dripping. You could fill a milk gallon with how much grease comes from one slice.
And apparently, I heard this from a rumor from my dad's friend that I won't name just for personal reasons. Said that he had grilled one of them. I think even Andrew remembers this story that he grilled it in his grill because he has a bitchin' grill. All my dad's friends have bitchin' grills because that's just the thing they do. It's their video games. Is that he grilled it and there was no grease. Now he remembers. Yeah. Which is weird because grease shouldn't evaporate like that or just fucking disappear.
You know what? That's actually true.
So do they just fucking put grease on the bitch?
When you bake it in the oven too after eating it?
It doesn't have grease.
It's not greasy.
And I won't lie, it's better.
They dump the grease on.
There's no way they don't. I firmly believe this is the first conspiracy theory. Chico's Pizza, here where we live in Moses, they do something with the grease. I swear to God. I swear to God.
It's way too greasy of a pizza. I don't understand how people like it.
I'll eat it, dog, but I'm not going to fucking enjoy it.
I've learned, though, if you don't get pepperoni, if you just get plain ham and cheese, that's the only time the pizza's actually not greasy.
Hard agree.
And at that point, I'll eat it. And, I feel bad hating on hating on Chico's this much because I know how many people love it, but I just can't stand that pizza.
I won't lie. As I've gotten older, greasy foods, even though I go to fucking Wendy's on a daily or weekly basis.
But
Wendy's is fire. Is that I just don't like greasy foods. I know that might be an American thing, but I've also heard stories that Americans that go overseas and eat food and come back to America, they're like, dude, I can't fucking eat this. This shit is garbage.
Dude, that was me at the start of the pandemic. Literally, I had the Animal Crossing diet, except plus sandwiches. I literally would eat fruit and fish every single day.
Which is good for you.
Which is probably the best diet you could possibly have.
Yes.
It was just whole homemade
all
food.
Those vitamins.
I was literally eating no processed foods. And then I don't know, it was maybe 6 months later, we get back and I'm like, I might try some fast food again. It just never hit the same.
Never. No. I've kind of wanted to eat a little bit more healthier. I'm a bigger set guy, but fuck, dog. America. I won't lie. I will take my mom's cooking. I've also had Caleb's mom's cooking. I'll take any of that shit over McDonald's.
Oh,
McDonald's
dude,
is a last resort.
Here we go.
Oh, no,
Here's a hot take. McDonald's is probably the worst burger place. I don't like McDonald's.
Why the fuck are you eating burgers? And I'm gonna be devil's advocate right now. Why the fuck are you eating burgers at McDonald's, bro? You get chicken nuggets and fucking fries.
The chicken nuggets are better at Wendy's.
That is also true, and this is why Wendy's is superior.
Why wouldn't I just go to Wendy's?
Why the fuck were you going to McDonald's in the first place? Because they're closed at fucking 12.
Well, I mean, they're the only place who's open late that has smoothies. That's the only time I've gone to McDonald's out of my own fruition in the past couple of days. But their new crispy chicken sandwich. If
Wendy's wants to sponsor us, we'll gladly do. This is not sponsored, by the way.
And I'll change my mind if we get a sponsor McDonald's.
Totally, I'm a total android to the capitalism.
Here we go. McDonald's chicken sandwich. I actually really liked it. Yes. I think that one was good.
Yes,
but their fries just aren't as good as Wendy's. Wendy's, if you sponsor us, I'm going full.
I've had debates with our friends, our friend circle in the past, that I really do enjoy some salty ass Wendy's fries. My brother can also account to this. I love Wendy's fries.
See, and if you don't like the salt, here's what I do.
Just lick them. Just lick them off or grab a fucking napkin.
When people think I'm insane for doing this, but it's honestly the best way to eat fries.
Are you putting an ice cream? Is this the segment?
No. What I do before the pandemic, what I do when we'd go to Wendy's with all our friends, or just anytime we'd go to Wendy's, I would get
right after this podcast. I'm fucking hungry.
I'd get the cups, the little condiment cups. I'd fill that with ketchup, and I'd grab all the pepper packets I could, and I'd put it in the ketchup and mix it. That is honestly one of the best ways to eat
want
Wendy's.
you to know Andrew was looking at you. Were you looking at him or no? Okay.
I'm telling you the truth. It is immaculate how delicious that is.
He said immaculate. Caleb doesn't use very big words. He's being honest here. I can tell. I don't like ketchup. That's just my thing. I'm like my grandma.
Pikachu would be upset with you.
Fuck that stupid rat. Tyranitar and fucking Blastoise gang, bitch.
I actually like Totodile the most.
We're not going to Pokemon opinions. That's for episode 1, baby.
That's another episode.
I wanted to segue into something. Oh, I have Taco Bell. So my brother has given us a list. Okay, so I'll give some more personal information about me that I probably really shouldn't. Is that I usually work pretty late into the night. It's probably one of the reasons why I don't also edit very consistently on my YouTube channel. Is that I just get home late. I just don't have the energy to edit. But usually what happens is, and it's a weird trend my mother and father as of late have been doing, because I still live with them, thank God. Fucking
the housing market is so bad.
It's so bad. The housing market is literally fucking trash.
I'm looking at house rentals.
Garbage.
Literally,
they're
every
not
single
livable.
one's garbage.
They're not livable.
And they don't take dogs, so I literally can't move there because I need to take my dog with me.
I am allergic to dogs. I don't have that problem, but the housing market is fucking garbage. Apartments are also garbage. If you live at home and your parents love you, or you can at least stand them, do as long as possible.
Here's a quick segue real quick. I don't understand why people like apartments so much.
They're garbage.
It's literally like...
Your girlfriend is insane, but
I love her.
But there you go. I want you to know if I get big enough on YouTube, I'm buying a house immediately. If I'm able to pull Mr. Beast money out my ass.
This is why I wanted Boxable.
Yes.
Boxable Modular Homes. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. I would love to get one of those fucking houses. I won't lie. What is I don't know the scientific or mathematical, because scientists probably have done this. What is the most minimal area for a human to live in that is, livable and best for you?
You can actually pretty much live in a shack if
and I'm fine with that.
Enough.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with living in a shack. America's fucked. We'll get into this as the podcast goes on. I will literally rip.
Bad.
I like having my freedoms of guns and speech all across the U.S. of A. But there are problems.
Opinion. I don't really care about the guns.
I don't care either. I'm just saying it just because America.
Yeah,
I like being here. It's cool.
It's chill here. We don't have to worry about being invaded ever.
So back to my original point, just not going off of weird tangents, is that I get home late. I don't have the power to do anything. My parents, as of late, have just not been feeding me. Maybe because I'm an adult and I need to do it myself.
That might be the
problem. That might be the problem. But the fucking I want you to know we are next to my fucking refrigerator. I can open that bitch. There is nothing in it.
I think they might not prepare you something because they're like, oh, maybe I think he's just gonna do.
I think that
he's
too.
just
Maybe
gonna
I
feed
have to
himself.
reinforce to my parents that I need to. Like,
you most of the time you end up feeding yourself anyways.
I know that's a thing I've said to them. It's kind of becoming a problem. But anyways, is that sometimes, I might go to Wendy's or McDonald's at 11 o'clock at night because, I'm fucking hungry. I need to eat. I'm a very large man that needs calories, motherfucker. And what occasionally happens is that I've recently learned that Wendy's does close at midnight. So if I don't immediately after work go get Wendy's, I'm not going to get Wendy's, and I prefer it. So that's usually what happens.
And if you go at right before they close, you are the biggest.
You're a dick. You're such a dick. I've talked to some of the employees,
person.
and I'm like, am I kind of being a dick by doing this? He's like, yeah, kind of. I'm like, my bad, bro. I'm just hungry. I'm sorry.
I worked fast food for a long time.
Bro, are we gonna tell Arby's stories?
That's a way later episode because there is so much that happened.
Caleb has drama. That's gonna be
the
whole video.
Now I'm starting to realize why I'm like, my life's not that interesting, and then I tell stories and people are like, yo, what is up with you? Find the craziest things.
For real.
Literally, ever since I was a mere child, the craziest things have been happening. But anyways, Arby's, people would come in at 5 minutes before close. Well, we stopped taking orders 5 minutes before close, but they'd come right before the things shut down. They'd be like, I'm gonna
Can I get a fucking number 12?
Can I get the biggest possible sandwich possible and a large fry, large onion ring? I'm like, why are you ordering this much? We're about to close. I have to clean all of this. I have to go to school in the morning.
It was crazy during high school.
Staying up till 2 a.m. after being at work till 11.
And then waking up at 6?
And waking up at 6.
Shit was wild, dude. It's crazy. Slave labor, it still exists in America.
It's called the school system.
For real. Anyway, going back to my segment, is that, I'm hungry. Wendy's is closing at midnight. I don't want to be a dick. I try to get there at least earliest as possible, like 11:25, 11:30, and not try to be a dick. But sometimes, I come home and I'm like, fuck. There's nothing here. I was expecting something to be here. Failure on my parents, or there's nothing being in the pantry because I already fucked it up for the rest of the week. And I'm like, all right, let's go to McDonald's. And sometimes what happens is, I recently have learned this, is that Thursdays is their freight. Am I correct? Thursdays is their freight. And sometimes I bring my brother along because that motherfucker's hungry too. Apparently my parents don't feed him either. Apparently my dad's the only one that gets
fed in this household.
Apparently my fucking dad's the only one that gets fucking fed because my mom can't handle 2 bites of a fucking sandwich. And goes, my tummy is full.
Your mom doesn't eat. Your dad eats. Does he just eat your guys'
fucking
servings?
Apparently. I swear to God. And he weighs less than me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See, when I come home from work, because we work pretty similar hours most of the time. When I get home, at least at the 11:30 shifts, I come home. And there's usually, I've told my mom not to make me plates because I'm like, it's too late, I don't want to eat. But they will always leave me
something.
A saran
I'll go to your fucking house.
A saran wrapped plate with, sometimes there'll be
Fuck
a
it,
note.
I'm going to this
There'll
motherfucker's
be a note
house.
that's like,
love, mom.
Happy face, I left you some food even though you didn't want it, but here's your food.
I'm
Love
coming
you.
to your house to steal your fucking food. That's so bullshit. My mom will leave me food. I'm not going to be a dick. I love my mom. But sometimes I show up and I'm all like, yay, I'm going to make tacos. My dad or brother has ate the last fucking maybe taco and a half. And I'm like, motherfucker, come on, dog.
See, I'm living the good life. What?
Don't forget when he says, "Oh, there's food." There's
Yeah. So my dad has the fucking terrible habit of saying there's food. No, it is a spoonful of
there's
random
rations.
condiments. Basically, like a small handful of meat, which is probably what you should be eating in retrospective. Compared to my dad, I need to cut in portions, but my dad will just leave me a literal fucking tablespoon of meat, and I'm like, Dad, this is the leftover meat you throw away because you can't make a fucking meal out of it. This is for a baby. This is the leftovers for a child when you're like in your beginning stages of parenthood. Like, babe, he can eat actual food. What do we give him? I just give him the leftovers that I didn't eat.
Do you think your dad sometimes chews up the food and spits it out? And he's like, there you go. That's
probably.
Alex.
My dad probably does some demon shit.
He's like, Alex will be too tired to swallow. Let me just chew it up.
That's so weird.
But Here's what's gonna make you even more mad.
Uh-huh.
So when I work till 3 in the morning, the 3:30 shifts, I don't want to drive home, and the closest is actually my girlfriend's house.
Oh, bro.
And so I go there, but like she leaves sticky notes from the front door, like all around her whole house, just
That's
for me to
kinda
read.
wholesome, I won't lie.
She's like a psychopath. Like
Here's food.
and each note like has just like random phrases. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Fucking your girlfriend's the Riddler.
She really is like the Riddler.
No
She's
fucking
like,
way.
riddle me this. I am a key. Where am me? And I'm like, I don't
I
know.
just wanted a fucking sandwich.
And then I come inside and she has like cookies and stuff ready for me. And I'm like, oh.
Anyway, so to
But yeah, I'm
continue
privileged.
this long
I'm
segment
privileged.
is that when Wendy's and that might be closed, and there's other places, but I'm not gonna fucking get Arby's or fucking Burger King. I am not Robert Downey Jr., who was a drug addict, got a terrible fucking Wendy's burger or just a fucking BK burger, and says, "Damn, I have to change my life because this shit was so garbage."
That was us in high school though.
That was us
we
in high
literally
school.
ate Burger King. Not as much.
So
as,
hold up.
Not as much as where we're about to go,
Yeah.
but we ate Burger
Burger King.
quite a bit because it was very cheap.
And it was just right there.
It was right there, but honestly, Burger
Garbage,
King's pretty
fucking
garbage.
garbage.
Unless
I
they
remember you
sponsor
could get
us.
50 or 100 nuggets for $10. That shit was
That
fire.
was awesome.
That
That was
shit
the
was
best day.
fire, bro.
That was the only time we could survive in high school without a job. Is
For
when they
real,
had the
dude.
$1.10
It
nuggets.
is wild to live in small town America and be like, dog, I woke up, I just got off of work at 3 a.m. and now I'm at school at 6. It's wild. It is wild. But regardless, so all the fast food areas would be closed. And the last resort, this is not even a good last resort.
It's
Taco Bell.
Borderline, you're digging out of the garbage.
Yes, this is Taco Bell at 12 a.m. And let me tell you something. As a few years ago, so this Taco Bell has been around since fucking forever. I think even Caleb, has that Taco Bell been here since you were little?
The Taco Bells have been around here.
They're fucking ancient. They're fucking Mesopotamian ancient, motherfucker.
They've been here since the Native Americans of this town were roaming, and they're like,
There's a fucking Taco
they're like,
Bell.
we have to get some.
It's a fucking SCP.
the droughts have taken all the fish. Where do we go?
Taco Bell.
Boom! Taco Bell.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway.
Taco Bell, we just came up with a commercial for you. We're gonna trash on you for the next half hour, but we just came up with a commercial for you.
Bro, wait, what if we have to advertise our local Taco Bell on the radio station and they know about it? They probably won't. Anyway,
They won't sponsor us because we're about to destroy them.
Yeah. So, going years back about the story I'm about to tell you guys, is that Taco Bell used to be pretty good. I won't
was
lie.
decent.
Baja Blast, fucking quesaritos, the fucking steak enchiladas or whatever the fuck they're called. They used to have a fire ass menu. I understand why my friends Ben, Jarrett, Dylan, Ruben, Aiden, and some of the other guys would say, fuck it, let's go to Taco Bell 3 days in a fucking row. Because I was all like, I could deal with a quesarito. I'd be fine with 2 steak quesaritos and be good with that. But as of recently, and this is probably what the title of this podcast will be, or whatever we decide to change it for the instead of pilot episode, is that they have removed everything off the fucking. I mean, I'm not
honestly
joking here.
have.
They have removed everything but the fucking Locos Taco, dog.
And the $5 fill-up box, which is garbage. Let me go on a rant real quick.
Okay.
I'm standing because this makes me so mad. So back in high school, I was broke. I literally got $20 a week
fucking broke,
to feed
dog.
myself. And I guess this is my fault, but I took that $20 a week and I would save it. I would try to spend as little of it as possible throughout the week when I was trying to feed myself. So I had money to spend on other things like video games.
Yes.
But anyways,
Importances.
Anyways, the $2 duo was a drink and the crunchy burrito.
I think it was a crunchy burrito. Was it crunchy burrito? It was a $5 burrito.
It was a Fritos crunchy burrito for $2, and that was the only thing I could afford. And they got rid of it for the $5 box. That is garbage.
And the $5 box was okay. I think it showed up towards the end of our high school.
No, that was like, I guess towards the end, but we didn't really go until junior year.
Yeah.
But it was November of junior year, the peak time that I need I didn't have money at this point, and I needed stuff. I needed food to keep me going, and they got rid of the only thing that sustained me, which was the $2 duo, and my friends all wanted to go to Taco Bell for the $5 box.
He's dying.
With the case, what is it even called? The chalupa? The $5 chalupa box?
Okay,
That is garbage?
I heard the chalupa's okay.
No, not when you have it for 2 weeks in a row. I had the chalupa every single day for 2 weeks. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And my buddy Jarrett, he's like, no, I can't do this anymore either. And so
They had to rebel from the group. It was wild.
We literally had a civil war over the freaking where we're gonna eat for lunch because all they wanted was the chalupa box for a chance to win the Xbox that none of us won.
Those are rigged, by the way. FYI.
You know who actually did win it? Some girls went one day randomly and they won the box.
That's wild. That's insane. Yeah, but to go back into my thing before Caleb goes on
That's not even.
That's
not even talking about how bad the food. But I'm gonna let you go because I'm sure you're talking about how bad the food is. Not even worth the money.
Yes. So I like myself a steak quesarito. What the quesarito is for people who don't know, it didn't fucking eat a quesarito. What 2016 to fucking 2020.
Yo, the quesarito's been around since at least mid 90s.
Oh fuck yeah! And apparently it is now exclusively online. And I don't got the fucking Taco Bell. I don't have the fucking Taco Bell app. I refuse to have apps for these places. And if it's not Domino's or Pizza Hut, I refuse to. And I know you get free fries with at McDonald's on Friday, but I only ever use that twice. And I just asked my homie to do it for me. Anyways, thank you, Aiden. By the way, I think Aiden will probably watch this. So shout out to you, boy. And your cool.
Well, shout out. I think
the whole group will probably get mentioned.
Most people will watch this podcast, and once they're mentioned, it's gonna be like the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Like, oh shit. Oh yeah. But anyway, and the apps are fucking stupid. I hate exclusive shit. Okay, so let me explain this. It's kind of almost in the Spotify sense too, if you want to use Joe Rogan example. As of course, Joe Rogan was on YouTube for a very long time. I think like 12 years worth of content. There,
he's still on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not the full episodes. He stopped posting the full episodes. Now it's just clips, and which are cool if you're like eating something and you just want to distract yourself or whatever. But for a long time, it was on YouTube and Spotify, and eventually he exclusively just moved over to Spotify. And I burped. I'm drinking Red Bull, by the way, so I burped. Anyway, exclusively over to Spotify, and what's happened now is a lot of people are like, dog, I don't want to go over to Spotify. I just like YouTube because YouTube is, of course, they have a pretty okay algorithm if you don't upload weekly or whatever.
It's gotten better.
It's okay if you know how to use it. If you're Mr. Beast and you follow kind of his rules, which I think I'm planning to do with my YouTube channel here in the future. But regardless,
you're gonna give away cars?
Fuck no, I'm just kind of trying to make quality over quantity. Is the mindset with YouTube. If you wanted some advice right there. Anyway. Is that Joe moved over to Spotify and everybody's like, what the fuck? YouTube was so much better. YouTube was free. Sure, I can deal with the fucking 5 and 15-second ads, but like,
I mean, Spotify's still free.
It is, but I don't know how it works without premium because I have premium.
Well, I don't have premium, and the podcasts I listen to that they have the promos are built into the podcast.
Oh, that shit is garbage. Sometimes those promos are like fucking 3 minutes long. I'm there's no way.
Okay, here's a sponsor. If you get sick of our podcast, listen to the Markiplier's podcast, Distractable. They have the funniest ad reads I've ever heard.
I won't lie. Mark, if he loses his YouTube channel, he can come a bitch and podcast. I listened to it because Caleb recommended it to me. I'm like, okay, this is fun. Their ads are fun. I won't lie. The thing about podcasting, and I know we're going off of tangents on whatever, but the thing with podcasting is a lot of podcasters don't have the YouTube charisma. Unlike, me and Caleb, which just kind of built in. I'm not trying to brag here, but I'm going to fucking brag a little bit, wave my dick a little bit.
I've been charismatic since...
Forever.
I was born charismatic.
And...
I shook the doctor's hand when I came out.
Mark just has that style with it, and it makes ads cool. But if you're Joe, who just fucking sponsors his shit, or even anybody really that just goes, What is it? What's the fucking one I can use? Squarespace. They're like Squarespace. You can build your own line. This is not sponsored, by the way. There's everything we're building up in this fucking pilot episode is all non-sponsored. I'm just gonna clarify that now, so I don't have to clarify it later.
Can we please get a sponsor?
Please, I'm broke. Please, I need food. My parents don't feed me. Anyway, actually, I'm a full-grown adult, so I should be able to feed myself.
We need a studio.
We need a studio. Anyway, is that the ads that people regularly read are garbage. They're not entertaining. Nobody likes them, and you can't skip them if you don't have premium. I think you can maybe, but
Actually,
maybe
no,
only
you
limited.
can.
You can.
Yeah, you with the podcasts, or at least Distractable. I don't know if it's with bigger podcasts that
I don't
you
know
can
either.
skip, but you can skip to whatever point you want. in the
Okay,
podcast.
okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I know with
Why would you skip the ads? Because they're so good on Distractable.
True. Is that I don't know how it works. I know that I've heard stories that people have gotten Spotify ads while listening to music, and there's 5 in a row, and they're just garbage and they're not fun. And I understand that. I think that's what a lot of Spotify users are probably dealing with. But hold on, my brother's good. Anyway, dealing with, and with YouTube, it's not big of a deal. You can deal with those 5-second ads. They're there for a few seconds, they're gone. You don't have to deal with them. I know people have problems with that. So to tie this back in with Taco Bell is, why put something exclusively on another site that you probably don't even know that it got moved over to or exist, and then when you're trying to order, no, you have to get it on the app, bro, while you're at the thing, and you're like, what the fuck?
See, yeah, I can make a whole.
And
we
it's
can
fucking
make a
stupid.
whole other episode on my Arby's experience and how much corporate screws.
Oh,
you
dude, it is
over.
so fucking stupid, dude.
Like
I just want my quesarito at 12 a.m., dog. It's not. Is that not too hard to ask? And also to fucking bring it up back to what Caleb said, to bring it back in, Taco Bell's gone garbage over the last few years.
It's so bad.
It does not taste good. I
There's-
think
there's
there's
a-
been some leaks of people like showing how the food is like made and prepared. I'm like, I know it's fast food and it's garbage, but dog, Wendy's is able to do such a better job at
Their
it.
patties are so good at Wendy's.
Fuck yeah. Non-sponsored, by the way. I'm just fucking
We just
clarifying
love
that.
Wendy's.
I love Wendy's. These guys are the bar fucking goats, dog.
And
Taco Bell just
nobody
sucks
believes us.
ass. Nothing's on the fucking menu anymore. Ever since I got out of high school, and I'm like, dog, what the fuck? It's bullshit. I just want my quesarito, dog. Why the fuck do I have to jump through 2 loopholes to go to to get some fucking tacos? I don't like the Crazy Locos tacos. I'm not fucking 5.
See, and
I like the 5-layer burrito. Don't get me wrong. My brother gave me one. I'm like, it's pretty okay. But fuck, I want the quesarito. It got the steak. It got the cheese. It got the fucking white rice, the fucking chipotle sauce if you want it. And I'm probably assuming that probably since it has a chipotle sauce, that's why it got moved over to the app, because of corporate bullshit. And I'm going to be real, to go on another fucking tangent, I hate capitalism.
capitalism
I realize the benefits of capitalism, don't get me wrong, but
There's a middle ground.
Corporate's fucking stupid. I don't like big wigs.
They screw up
Everything.
their smaller people
Everything.
so bad.
Everything, dude. And it's just like, dog, I just want a fucking taco. Is it that hard? I won't lie. Wendy's closes at midnight. I respect those people that work those fucking long ass shifts. I've worked
Those are the
long
worst shifts. Those are
Of
honestly
course. I've asked
so
them what time they
bad.
get off. They get off at like 2 a.m. I'm like, fuck, dog. What, you got school in the morning? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, my bad,
Like,
dog.
how do you do this to kids? They're just kids trying to make a buck.
It's wild. Capitalism is wild. Capitalism and corporate is fucking insane. But overall, Taco Bell is fucking garbage. Like, they've removed things off the item list. It's gotten progressively worse over time. And it's my last resort. I literally said Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, if it's open, I think. Maybe Arby's, but I haven't really found anything on the Arby's menu that I like, and I don't think I ever will
there's
like.
no-
And then it's fucking Taco
The
Bell.
only thing good at Arby's is the Euro. I'm gonna say
No,
that.
fuck you. It's the fucking fries. That's all they have.
It's
It's the fucking
No,
all they have.
I'm telling you, the Euro is actually pretty good.
Oh, I'm a 5-year-old. I'm picky. I like Dino Nuggies, motherfucker.
But anyways, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. I just
can't
had to
even
rant
remember.
about that, dude. Taco Bell
my
is
gosh.
fucking garbage.
Yes. Oh,
It's my last resort.
This is what I was gonna say. Here in the town we live, there are so many other taco places you can go to other than Taco
for
Bell.
real. Andrew, what the fuck? What is Dad's new obsession as of late with tacos? The tacos I fucked up last.
No,
We gotta give him a shout out.
There's
dog.
Tacos El Rey. They're
Pretty good.
super good.
Tacos.
No, there's a lot of good places. I can't remember what the other one is. That it's super good. It's It's some green, like it's green colored. I can't remember what it's called though. But if I remember, I'll shout them
Local
out. 'cause
taco
they're
shops go
super
dummy.
good. They-
I love Lengua
Oh,
fucking tacos.
you know what one's super good? Pete's Taco Shop.
I have not been to Pete's.
Oh my gosh, how did Jared and them never take you there?
Oh no, wait, Pete's? Is that
Yeah.
the one? Is that the one next to the middle school?
That's the
no, I've been
Texas
there,
style one.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Sounds good.
it's so good.
I have not been there in like
I don't
forever.
know. I don't know if it's because my mom cooks Texas style because she's white.
'Cause she's
So
white.
she cooks tacos Texas style. But oh my gosh, I love those tacos.
Yes.
So good.
Yes, I won't lie. If you live in a part of America that is Mexican, I recommend going to those places. There's a fault that my parents have ever since I was younger is they like to go to fast food or cook something. They never really explored their options. That's the thing. Even my brothers are agreeing with me. Is that my parents, and even a fault to my own. I won't even lie with Caleb. Is I don't go out. It's just a me. That's just a me thing. I like
just
to explore the internet.
A little
in
more
its infinite-
introverted.
Yes, I'm a little bit more introverted. I like to explore what I can do. I'm not wasting gas in this time. That's another thing we can bring up.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen places
Oh
have
my
$10
gosh.
worth of gas, dog. What the fuck? And I know your thing about our high school teacher. I'm not going to say names just for
Not yet.
not yet until maybe if he wants to show up on one of these things that get big enough. Is that a while back, my senior year, I think it was 2019, 2020, is that apparently in Saudi Arabia or one of the more wealthier oil places is that an oil rig or gasoline line got blown up. And
Yeah.
and there could be a problem in the future. Like, prices could get really
And
crazy.
This was January of 2020.
And it's been 2 years, and I don't think it affected it. Caleb says it does.
It,
I don't think
it did actually.
did it.
But-
I'd never seen the numbers.
I remember
Because immediately right after that, they fucking dropped to $1, bro. $20 for fucking gas was insane, and I loved it.
that was when the pandemic hit though.
Yes.
So gas, everything dropped.
So could it have been possibly even lower then?
It could have been lower had
I don't.
the Saudi
My
Arabia
brother is
problem
not like
happened.
Jamie on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he can't look up this shit extremely fast. But it happened around 2020. Some gas line or oil place got hit. I think it might have been a terrorist attack, and American forces hit them back, and it could have been possibly numbers. But as of late, as we know, Putin is attacking Ukraine for no reason. I stand with Ukraine. Go fuck yourself, Putin. Die, motherfucker. Like the Mexican news said.
Like I said, there's a bounty out for him, $1 million.
$1 million.
If podcast doesn't work out, we can become bounty hunters.
I heard bounty hunters get paid too.
I mean, yeah, they get paid $1 million if they get Putin.
If they get Putin. Yeah, I've heard some crazy things about bounty hunters. But regardless, is that, dude, these gas prices are fucked.
They are so. I literally.
fucked.
I should have ran here.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Why the fuck is it $5 for gas? I don't. Okay, and this might be me just being an ignorant 19-year-old, and not me not understanding economics. But I have some crazy ass takes I'll probably explain in the future. But why the fuck is Russia really that important to the gas?
Well, no, it's because when war starts in the world,
I get it. It ramps
Yeah,
up. I
it
played Europa.
always
I
does
know
that.
how the system
It always
works.
does that.
If no one knows, it's Europa Ualis 4. It's one of the strategy games. It's real time or whatever. It's one of the things I like to do. And fuck you, you like Animal Crossing, bitch.
People care.
I know people care. There might be some Europa fans over there, and it's just a game of war, but for the computer, for PC on Steam, non-sponsored by the way. That I'm gonna clarify that, bro. Someone could sue. I'm just saying. We maybe have to put a fucking disclaimer in the actual video.
Maybe
or whatever.
the pilot episode will be called not sponsored.
Not sponsored. That would be awesome. This is how many times I'm dropping it. But in those games, if you go to war with a country, inflation happens, shit goes up. But I'm gonna be genuinely honest. Maybe just me being ignorant. Why the fuck does that matter? If you're going to war with said country, does their product really fucking matter in the grand scheme of it all? When you have everybody else on your side? Like, I get it. With the whole pie and you take, 25% away, doesn't make the other fucking side of the pie less worth or whatever what I'm trying to explain here. This is kind of stupid. I'm like, and I know that apparently Russia has a monopoly on the diamond market. It's insane. If we're going back into the capitalism.
Don't get married anytime soon.
Oh yeah, and they have a monopoly over it. And I think when China or America tries to, what is it? Was it K's or whatever?
I don't know.
What's a jeweler place or whatever?
Oh, K's, yeah.
Yeah,
K.
the fucking
Every kiss begins with
shut the
K.
fuck up.
Not
We're not saying it.
sponsored.
Not sponsored. No, is with them is they've slowly integrated into American culture that you need a ring, and that's only been a modern thing for I think 80 years.
Val says she just wants a ring pop.
Fuck yeah,
I'm
let's
just
go,
kidding.
Val. That's why I love that woman.
Deadpool 2 ring pop.
Buy your girlfriend a ring pop, bro. I pray that my girlfriend or whatever in the future just says, let's go to the fucking court. I don't want to spend fucking tens of thousands of dollars on a wedding. I pray. Anyway, I'm like my father. Anyway, is that, these countries have this ability to make gas go. In Los Angeles, it's like, I swear to God, I've been seeing some crazy ass numbers. And they might be fake. I'm going to clarify this now. I've seen people pay $720 for fucking gas. And that might be for semis. But that's fucking crazy even for semis, dog. And where we live in Washington, semis are pretty prevalent. There's we live right next to the highway where we're recording this. And there's semis that pass every day. But I'm like, $1,000 to fucking fill up your tank is insane.
Do you think people are trying to hoard gas again? Because if it goes higher, here's another crazy thing that happened last year. People were hoarding gas.
That was
Who hoards gas?
I don't fucking
They were
know.
filling it in literal plastic bags. That's not going to hold your gas.
People are stupid. Americans are stupid.
Americans are so dumb. They will literally jump on anything and hoard it for no reason.
America has, like I said before, the pandemic and the internet have made fucking psychopaths.
I don't understand it. It's every single time too. Every single time something happens.
This is a failure of the school system.
They have to hoard something.
It's crazy, dude. It is wild. And back to my whole tangent on this whole gas thing, just because it's relevant, is that, dog, who the fuck cares that we're not even at war? We're just in the background. We're technically not at war.
What I heard the other day is actually we just sent. I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Can I say this? Does Russia know? I mean, it's on the news, so they must know. But we sent fighter jets over to Ukraine, which is borderline pretty. When you look historically, right before every world war, that's what America does. Right,
we
before
give
we
them
enter.
everything until we're like, all right, time to go to war.
Well, I guess they can't defend themselves. Time to go to war.
If I was Biden, bro, and I'm not, like I said before in the beginning of the podcast, I'm not left or right. But if I was Biden with the biggest fucking military and budget in the world, I would purposely go to Ukraine and say, all right, let's test out the laser beams.
Here's what I feel though. If we can avoid if we can keep this to a Yuko-Russian war, as I'm going to call it.
Wow, you actually used the politically correct history term to refer to it as. I am so happy about that.
I hope I get credited for, I'm the first person who's referring to it as the Yuko-Russian war. Mm-hmm. Unless it becomes World War III, then I guess my greatest idea ever made historically has flopped.
Died on the fucking floor.
But yeah, I think the idea right now is to keep it as a Yuko-Russian war. We don't want it to spread to other
Nobody
countries.
does. Nobody wants World War III.
Literally pretty much everyone's pushing Ukraine to win, because once they take over Ukraine, I think everybody's fearing that they're going to be like, well, what else can we take?
And this is what leads into world. I think just speaking for the Americans listening to the audience, this is what Republicans and Democrats kind of almost think in a way, is that, and even Europeans, I'll even shout out them, is that it's going to be a World War II scenario where Hitler just keeps on taking things. Didn't he do it in like a 7-year time span?
He did it
really fast. And that was kind of a major problem.
There's a lot of countries that just were like, yeah,
okay,
we'll join you.
Sure, we'll join you, whatever.
Like Austria.
Yes.
But that was his home country, so it was
that
a
would
lot
make
easier.
sense. So, and then, that might happen. But here's the thing about the Russians and USSR history is that all the countries that are now separated from Russia don't fucking like them. None of them.
No,
Maybe Belarus, but that was a little bit fishy. We don't know the full story with Belarus because, of course, they are also aiding the Russians. They're the only country, to my knowledge, as of now, that is aiding the Russians. Maybe if it goes, everybody looking at China right now, like, what are you doing, motherfucker?
China will not do anything.
I don't think they will.
They only lose money if they join.
Yes, me and Caleb have the opinion that being the fucking monopoly guy with trade everywhere, going into a war would not be smart. Okay, here's the thing about modern history. Just to at least give my opinion on it real quick. Is that, okay, let me think before I make a stupid fucking comment.
Okay.
I'm just thinking. Is that we have entered such a peaceful time in human history that going to war over, I'm going to be honest, Putin's a fucking I'm gonna say it. No, I can't say it. I'm gonna keep my tongue to myself.
Keep your tongue.
I'm not gonna try to get canceled. Putin's a fucking dumbass. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He's a fucking dumbass because he has this really weird. He's a fanboy for Ukraine. He's an ex-boyfriend to Ukraine. He really has a fucking boner for it. And everybody's all like,
said it the best.
My mom said it the best. We've had this conversation before. My mom, actually, I thought of it beforehand.
She said it, so she gets.
I heard it from a YouTube video, but my mom got it on her first try.
We were all thinking it, but she said it, so we're giving the credit.
I'm gonna give it my mom, but she basically said that Putin's an ex-boyfriend that doesn't want Ukraine or any really of the Iron Curtain countries to leave to NATO or really do anything of their sort. And I don't get Putin. Putin's such a fucking enigma. He's so weird. The thing about modern human history is nobody, I can guarantee you, thanks to the internet, this is the flip side of my whole internet argument before, or not argument, kind of conversation before, is that the internet has allowed young adults to realize, bro, we don't want to die. We just want to make memes and have fun.
I just want to live.
Yeah,
life's already hard enough.
And South Pacific countries and other places might not be fully developed.
Let me say this real quick. Me and Alex, if things get really bad and there's a draft, we're the first to go.
Oh yeah,
we're gone.
We're gone. Off to fucking Ukraine. It's over, boys.
It's over.
Where are we dropping? What's the loadout?
Podcast is over.
What's the perks? I'm running fucking Andrew. What is the MW2 fucking set? Fucking full commando. Fucking knife. Mardi Gras. I'll fucking going in there getting a kill streak, bro. 30 kill streak. Fucking nuke inbound.
I don't know. That's crazy stuff.
It's wild. But Putin's a fucking dumbass. I don't get it. Nobody wants to go to war. No, unless you're an extremist with some fucking crazy ideals, no young adult or even elderly person, I'm going to be like, there's that middle ground of 30-year-olds that are weird, but nobody who has ever seen war or has never been into war wants to go to war unless you're fucking weird. Or racist. I've heard some crazy shit on 4chan.
Oh my gosh.
I've explored the internet.
I don't even touch those areas. I deleted Reddit because some people are just way too wild.
We are weird, bro. But I go there just to see what the casual opinion is. I don't lie. If you have Reddit and you're part of major Reddit sources of the places, you're probably casual in the terms of the internet. But nobody wants to go to war. Nobody does. It's fucking stupid. Everybody likes what it is right now. I know there's places in Africa, South China, southeastern China, that area, basically Indonesia and Australia. Nobody wants to. And, I'm not going to condemn. No, I am going to condemn. Fuck China. Fucking China with their fucking Holocaust camps of Jewish people. Not Jewish people, Islamic people. But basically anybody against the China Communist Party. I fuck that shit, dude. I'm going to be honest. The loss of any human life is fucking stupid. I'm going to state that opinion now.
That's so controversial.
Controversial to have. No, but it's fucking stupid. Nobody wants to go to war. I've had so many conversations with people that I think, I have an ego to me that I think are less smarter than me. And, Caleb's going to dog on me.
Less smarter.
I know. I fucked up with less intelligent is the proper way to say it, but I like to have fun. Unlike some people across
I
from me.
have fun.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm the one who has fun on this side of the table.
Shut. We're not even on the side of the table. We're on the side of the table. We're not at a table. We're at an island, technically. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's an inside joke between me and Caleb with the me thing. But regardless, every young adult I've talked to who I don't think really understands the grand scheme of it all, just unlike me because I'm in social media, I try to understand things to a higher level than most people, is that some people are just like, nah, bro, I don't want to go to war and risk my life. I just kind of want to work at my 7 to 4 job or fucking 9 to 5 and just grind it out, come home, see the wife, fuck maybe a little bit, do fucking whatever to release the dopamine from my veins, from my brain into my veins to have fun. That's what a lot of people genuinely enjoy. I can guarantee you. So people, I see it on TikTok a little bit, and even Instagram, is that nobody wants to be in this war. Russians don't want to be in this war. Ukraine doesn't want to be in this war. I don't know about the American industrial military complex because them motherfuckers just like to make money. But no average person in the entire world, maybe except for the few crazies that I've explained, wants to go to war. Nobody does.
See, here's the way I see it. So I'm a firm believer that history repeats itself constantly.
Are you of the opinion that history doesn't repeat itself, but there's trends or whatever that statement is?
I guess, but
Damn, I read a book.
it repeats itself. I'll keep it simple and say it repeats itself. If a better way to phrase it comes to mind at some other point, I'll say it as that. But so what I'm seeing right now is the economy wasn't very good.
Hasn't been very good since 2008.
has not been very good for a long time. And what happened back in the World War I was economy wasn't
Garbage.
Yeah, it was pretty garbage at that time.
No, it's the most garbage.
I remember right. It was pretty garbage at that time.
Oh, you remember right? It's the worst economic thing ever in the world.
No, that came after World War I.
Really? No, really? That was for Germany though.
No, the Great Depression was after.
Oh no, it
World
was
War I.
after because
That's what led to World War II.
Yes,
but World War I, the economy was pretty not good, and when everyone in the world was having such advancements in technology, everyone was kind of like, I wonder what this thing does. And eventually tensions got high, and one thing led to another, and somebody assassinated the president of
whatever fucking
Austria.
country.
Yeah, I think it was Austria. Yeah, because I'm also here's another take I'm going to.
Caleb is half white.
Here's another take. So, Austria president gets assassinated, assumedly by somebody from pseudo-Russian country. I can't remember which one.
Either. World War
But
I history is fucking weird.
They attack them. Russia attacks Austria. Germany's like, hey, why are you picking on my little brother?
Secret alliances, baby.
So Germany comes in, fights them, and then everybody starts fighting because Russia was in the alliance, I guess. I forget the words, but I know the history.
Communist revolution happens and shit gets wild.
But what I think I guess to get on my original point is that I think this is exactly what's happening again. We have a lot of technology that hasn't been put to use.
No, this is the first time since World War II modern countries are going against each other. It is not terrorists with AKs.
No, yeah.
These are countries with thermonuclear air bombs that use air pressure to make things explode.
So,
there are javelins in space that use gravity to fuck up shit. The strongest bombs in the world. America and Russia are actually, apparently, a lot of people are saying from the Russian side, the Russians aren't doing very well.
No, yeah, they're not doing good.
So apparently, from what it looks like, America's the only one that has cracked fucking veins right now.
Well, you don't know what other countries have because everyone keeps it hidden.
India has mooks.
Mooks, yes. Everyone has their toys and they're like, well, I kind of want to play with it. And so everyone's kind of edging each other on at some point, and eventually that's going to boil over. And that's my original point. Here's my other point. World War I, after it was all over, you know who got blamed for the start
Germany,
of
even though they didn't do anything?
Germany didn't do anything, but Britain and France blamed Germany. So literally,
which is, and here's another thing about world history. It was because they needed an scapegoat.
Yes,
and for money,
they chose Germany, which led Germany to the worst possible economic situation I've ever seen.
Which then led into
which led to
a Naziistic, homophobic fucking,
because he was somebody who supported the German people, so they're like, we're gonna listen to this guy because he gives us hope for our country, and he brought back their dollar.
Yes.
So therefore Britain led to eventually World War II.
There you go. And to get the high school debate, because I was in high school debate a while, is a common debate subject eventually would every so now would pop up, is that was Hitler all that bad for the German people? No, not at all. He led them out of a Great Depression.
He was a good leader, did
awful things. I will not condemn
the worst
that
things
at all.
I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, but for them, yes, is that moral argument?
Because he did bring them out of their
economic
depression, which was so bad they literally could not afford to feed themselves. Like they could have millions of dollars and it would still be worth
I'd like to clarify
nothing.
too, just because I brought that segment up. Fuck Hitler. Die, motherfucker. You dumb bitch. I would personally slap you in hell if I was going there. You dumb fuck. Kunt. Anyway, but yeah, no, fuck Hitler and all that he did. But, he was good for the German people. But this was what war happens. A bad event happens. People are down bad on their luck. They need a hero figure. That might not be a hero, just a figure. something to hope, if you want to use a reference.
Hitler really just has the greatest villain
Hitler was
story
Trunks.
in Trunks.
He was Trunks. He was
I don't-
hope.
I don't think.
He was just the hope message from Bulma.
I don't think so.
No. Well, you know, the Saiyans do go blonde and have bluish eyes. I
Aaron-
remember that theory back in
Aaron
the day with
saying
Dragon
it
Ball,
all
but
comes
we're not going to
together.
get into that. But yeah, no, war is bad. War leads to more
Yeah, it's-
things. Nobody wants to go to war.
No,
Thanks to the
nobody
internet,
wins in war.
Nobody
ever wins in war.
Putin's fucking stupid. Who fucking cares?
They have so much land. Why
Why do you need more? Okay. Devil's advocate argument here. Only half of their land is useful. What
I
the fuck
guess.
is in the fucking Siberian
But still,
tundra?
do you really have to attack another country?
Exactly. No, I get you.
just get their land.
No, it's
Like, there's no reason for that.
fuck
Ever. There was
fuck
never a reason for that. Back in the colonial age, there was no reason for taking people's land.
No, there was so fucking much racism.
Racism.
And that's another thing I'll probably bring up through this podcast. I hate racism. I'm gonna be honest.
that's
right here,
so controversial.
so controversial. No, is the thing with me is as of late, as I've gotten older, and I have a lot of black YouTuber friends and just people that I know in real life. I do not give a fuck about skin color. I do not give one fucking shit. You bleed the same way I do, you're a homie. If you have a good personality and we can vibe, I don't give a fuck about your skin color. I can talk white, I can talk black. I won't lie. When I talk to a black person, I kind of I go a little bit 21 Savage. I start to say some of the slang, but that's because I get so engrossed in with the people I talk to with. And I fucking fucked up that sentence. I know I did. I feel like my YouTuber just kicked in me like, bro, you need to re-record that. Anyway, I don't see race. I really do. As I've gotten older, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's such a stupid concept to me. And maybe that's because I'm young and I'm rebellious. But bro, if we can sit down, drink, and have a conversation and play poker without fucking having some weird ass evil in our hearts, I don't give a fuck. We can be chill with each other. And that's the source of most problems. I swear to God. But I don't really care. I love all homies. I don't give a fuck what your skin color, your ethnicity is. We can vibe. Also, your gender. I don't give a fuck if you're trans or gay or whatever.
Here's what's bad about society is that you literally had to say I'm rebellious to actually be like, yeah, I don't hate other people.
I don't hate other people as long as you're a good person. And here's another thing. So if my grandparents are listening to this, I'm finally going to fucking state this for the record. I do not believe in Christian God, nor any major religion, except for probably Buddhism, because they probably have some of the best beliefs and faith, because they are very don't have material possessions that really hinder you or whatever you have a great reliance upon. But maybe one day we'll get into the God argument, because Caleb are you Mormon? Or would you say you're Mormon?
I'd say...
Do you believe in God?
I believe in God, but I've kind of...
Mormonism's crazy.
I've taken my own... I think a lot has been lost in translation. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of stuff you have to discover for yourself. You can't let other people tell you how to live your life. You have to figure it out for yourself.
And that's why me and Caleb are friends.
Eventually you'll figure out exactly how to live your life good. Unless you're a serial killer, then you need to...
Terrible person. That's another person I will not vibe with. I am racist against serial killers.
If you're planning on serial killing, then honestly...
Leave.
Take your idea, throw it in the garbage, and let other people tell you what to do for the rest of your life.
You garbage piece of shit. Anyway, so back to my whole saying this. I don't believe in certain deities or whatever, because, I don't want to get into my philosophy in life, but I have no idea. What was my segment before? You totally threw me off.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was kind of just getting into the God argument and just...
We can get into those.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't believe in a certain deity, but I do believe in a creator. But, people are just people, bro. You just gotta you have to figure this shit out, dog. It really is. And I know religion, in a sense, most texts just say don't be a fucking dickhead. And I guess I found my original point now, is that people are naturally assholes.
Yeah,
and for somebody to have to write multiple books and multiple religions
to just tell
around
people
the
to be
world
nice,
say, hey, unless you're Aztec, which I'm descended from, don't kill people or enslave them. Well, at least if you're Christianity, with a couple of texts in there. But the general idea is don't be a fucking dick.
Well, I mean, in the Bible, I know we could probably say this all
No,
for another
later, but we're just
episode.
going off.
But if there's in the Bible, most of the stories that they're slave owners, those are the bad guys.
Usually.
those are the bad guys in the story.
Even though the book says slaves should obey their masters, but I don't. Is that stated by one of the main characters? I don't read the
don't-
Bible very often. I very have.
but we're not experienced on
We're
this.
not experienced.
Honestly, we should probably
Save
save
this for later
another
and be
day
educated,
because
but-
we are not educated
Yeah,
on this.
yes.
Not we just understand like
The basic concepts
the
and the
basic
ideas
strokes of
major
be a
religions.
good person.
Be a good person. I am a good person.
Just
I like.
be nice to people. That's
Yeah.
really all it is.
If we're gonna take one thing out of this podcast, if you're at work, you're chilling at your house or editing a
On the
video
toilet.
on the toilet possibly, here's the one thing you can get from metas. Don't be a fucking dick. Hug your mom, kiss your dad, have fun with your brother. Not in a gay way or a sexual way. I just meant that to be just dad your brother up. I don't know why I went into
I don't think anybody
was
thought
gonna
that.
that.
Nobody
Anyway,
thought
this
that.
is a bit. This
Not
is
a
a bit.
single person thought that.
Don't do anything weird with your sister at all.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
gosh. But I'm having a real Joey Diaz moment. But that's also one of my favorite people I'd love to have on this podcast. But who knows? Is that, don't be a fucking dick. That's my fucking word of the day. Don't be an asshole.
There you go.
And this is the thing I've realized, and I guess maybe with the whole Putin thing, I kind of finally fucking remember what this is. Nobody likes to be an asshole. Nobody really does.
It takes more energy to.
It takes
be
more
a
energy
terrible
to be an
person
asshole.
than just be nice to people.
Yeah, just
I was
just be
talking about
kind.
this the other day because I was just having a day. Things
People
were,
are dicks.
Things were going good. I just recorded some stuff. I was getting trained at the radio station, and then I was like, you know what? Time to get some chicken sandwiches from Wendy's. But I forgot that that day was an early release, so children were just frolicking the streets, and
10 points.
Things were crazy all over. Somebody crashed their car on the way to Wendy's.
Dead
and
ass?
And I was like, oh shoot. But the whole way there, I chose to be as courteous to anyone else on the road. I could have sped past the red light because I was like, nobody's going to be coming this way because there's a car crash. I was like, no, I'm going to stay, even though these people in front of me went past the red light, even though there's a crash. I'm going to stay because what if somebody does need to come this way? Then I'm not impeding on their way. And nobody did, but I still was a good person. I waited for the green light. And then I go off and I get in the line at Wendy's, our favorite place.
Favorite place.
And, there's two sections for some reason that you can get in line in. But it only goes into one line. And I was sitting there in line. I was looking at this truck that I was, there's a truck that was in before me, and then there's me, and then there's another truck. And I was like, I wonder if this truck's thinking if I'm going to cut in front of them, because I could, but I'm like, they're in line first, so why would I cut in front of them? So we wait. I see the person who's at the speaker. They go forward, and I'm like, all right, time for the truck to go forward. They go forward, and now I'm still in my spot, and I see the car behind them, and I'm like, now let's see, are they gonna let me through? Because I know a lot of people might not actually let you through.
I've seen some wild ass shit happen at fucking fast food lines.
And what happened?
Dairy Queen especially.
The truck goes forward. They let me through. And I'm like, this is perfect. I get to the line and I talk to the person over the speaker. What I wanted was a decent person. I said thank you. At least I tried not to sound like a complete
Oh, you're about to say it. You're about to say
retard. In post. I'm sorry, but okay.
We'll try to be politically correct, but we grew up in the Xbox era. Shit goes wild.
I tried not to sound stupid and like a complete idiot over the loudspeakers. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, we had this idiot through the loudspeaker."
By the way, I didn't mean that. That was for the joke. By the way, I have to explain that to anybody.
I think we're gonna have to cut.
We'll censor it.
We're gonna have to censor it. We're gonna have to cut.
It was not the N word.
No.
Like I said before, I love everybody, but some words just hit harder they just feel like daggers to people.
I just hope I don't sound stupid.
No, I don't either. I'll be honest.
And so
if you guys can hear me, I'm trying to be nice.
And so I go through the line though, and I was just a nice person. They were nice back, and I got my food. It was nice, warm, crispy fries. And I went home
I'm being dead ass. I think I am going to go to Wendy's.
I had a good meal. And that whole day went good because everybody was just nice. And
What? I was.
Oh, okay.
My brother was signaling.
but I got home. Alex
hear
is
that?
trying to bite his mic.
Ah.
But I get home and I talk to my brothers. And I'm like, why isn't it just like this every day? Why can't everybody just be nice? We're just having everything went smoothly when everybody was courteous to one another.
So I guess, if we're gonna segue into it, I guess Metas is also Alex. Fuck it, I want to refer to myself as Alex, not Metas from now on. But I guess to get into another, I don't try to be a smart guy, but usually I try to have smart takes. But with me, I've realized that with the progression of society and stress in life, thanks to the progression of society, things have led people into, how do I say this? Stress is an asshole to humans.
Yes.
Anxiety, all that mental shit is fucking honestly bullshit. I'll be real with you. The person that kind of deals with that on a daily basis, but well, I'm trying to sound like I'm trying to make a really good take here, but the problems in life make people. It takes one bad day to become a villain. Is what I'm trying to say here. You might have a good day. You might meet people who are just like, well, it's my day off. I'll be nice. Blah blah blah. But if you ever play a video game or you come off a day bad at work and you're just getting fucking dicked on and it's just not good, no good vibes at all, you're going to be an asshole. I've been like that. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll kick my brother in the balls. I won't lie. I've done that before. Yes, I'm not lying. I have, maybe I'll might smack my brother around and just be like, you're dumb, you stupid ass.
And what is it?
Or poke. I do things. I tend to be a little bit more mischievous when I'm a little bit angry. My dad also has the same problem. The Pruneda clan has problems with anger. It's been a thing forever. I've seen it with my grandpa. I've seen it with my cousins. And that's because they live very stressful lives. They're truckers. They have problems. I've heard stories down the grapevine that, as I've gotten older, I've connected the pieces like it's a fucking Dark Souls plot. And people deal with shit on a regular basis that just makes them a little bit more agitated than others. And it leads people down that path. But you have to remember, guys, and here's another personal take for Metas, me just trying to be a genuinely good person. Don't be a dick because somebody was a dick to you.
Yeah, that just means you gotta.
There's a Bible take. There has to be a Bible line saying, what is it? There has to be like, be good to be whatever to your other mankind or whatever. There has to be. I'm fucking forgetting the quote. I know it's from the Bible. My grandma stated it to me many a plethora of time. But don't be a dick. If you're having a bad day, calm down, smoke some weed, do something fun. I don't fucking know. Whatever jack off, dog. That's another thing. Dudes need to jack off more. If you're religious and you have a problem, yes, this is Wolf of Wall Street, motherfucker. If you're having a problem in life, go jack off. Do fucking something. Release the fucking dopamine and have some fucking fun, dog.
I feel like there's more productive things to do.
You can do more productive. Draw. I don't care what it is.
Or just work out.
Do something. Do something with your fucking life to where you can feel better about something and then you can be better to other people. I think that's a big thing that Americans deal with is they're just so fucking stressed. Bro, these gas prices got me stressed, bro. Fuck, I want to go eat, but I'm at this podcast and I got to go fucking drive and I got to go get gas because I'm on fucking 88 miles. Because everybody in my family uses my fucking truck.
I'm pretty low on gas too.
And it's fucking crazy.
I was like, this is the worst time to be low on gas.
For real. And take this advice. If you're having a bad day, go do something. Do something productive. Have some fun. Jack off. Love your wife. Do something. I don't fucking know, dude.
Let me tell you.
Have
the worst days of my life have been fixed by doing hobbies that I like that aren't jacking off. I don't know why that's the first thing that comes to your mind.
If I'm angry, I jack off.
All right. Put that on the Wikipedia.
Put that on the Wikipedia. No, I don't actually do that. If I'm angry, I'll just fucking just mope around in my room and just calm myself. But that's my take. Just don't be a fucking dick.
Going off of that topic though.
Jacking off?
No. When people refer to me as an angry person.
What the fuck? You're angry?
I don't get it. I don't feel like I get angry that.
I think. And he gets angry at Taco Bell.
I think I'm a passionate person, but I very rarely actually get.
You're
like,
more weirder than angry.
Yes, but if I get angry, I hardly ever get angry at a person.
I got a match on Tinder. I just looked at my phone.
You got a match on Tinder? Let's go!
I've got a lot of matches, but I've been doing. Oh God, no, never mind. Scary.
Right, it's
scary.
why. Okay.
Scary. It was a bot. I immediately.
It was a bot.
Dude, there's so many bots on Tinder. It's
Dude, there's
hilarious.
bots everywhere. This is the bot apocalypse.
Bot-pocalypse.
YouTube's bots, awful.
Yes.
Terrible bots.
Terrible. T-Series is garbage.
And
PewDiePie.
freaking Instagram has some crazy bots.
For real. Anyway, back to your original topic instead of me looking at my phone.
Yes, if you actually look at my life and the things that I do, I don't really get angry at people. Well, I get frustrated and I get passionate about being annoyed by people, but I don't actually have
physically abuse
rage
them.
in my heart. What does make me angry is every so often, I don't know if you've ever seen Donald Duck cartoons or old Disney cartoons, but there's just times when the inanimate objects in Donald Duck's life just start absolutely messing with him for no reason, and it just constantly ticks on him, and then he loses his temper. That's what happens to me.
Yeah.
Is something will happen that I'm just like, okay, that makes me mad. If a wire is just slightly bent and I'm trying to unbend it and then something else bends and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
And then eventually that snowballs into me actually being angry.
And maybe that's just the 19-year-olds in us just realizing maybe common things even adults realize. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't talk to many adults about this shit, but I try to talk about adults and try to gain wisdom. That's just how I roll. But, shit happens, dog. I guess this podcast over, just kind of central idea is war's bad. Don't fucking do that shit. That's fucking garbage. Taco Bell needs to fucking change its menu or I'm going to be fucking angry for the rest of my life.
We need to get sponsored.
We need to get sponsored. So I don't have to get, we're not sponsored by them. But yeah, I think we have 2 hours of audio. I didn't think
we do. I think this is a good time
to end off. This is the pilot episode. If you enjoyed this and just kind of just talking bullshit and just having fun as friends, and you like us as hosts, I'd like you to come again for whenever the fuck we get another one of these done.
We'll get another one. I'm planning.
We didn't talk about everything we wanted.
I'm planning on getting. We'll probably record again tomorrow or whenever we have a chance. We'll record again. Honestly,
we're having fun.
We got some serious topics.
We really do.
Like
I didn't think I'd get into the religion and the politics thing first thing off.
My topics ideas are fun, funny topics.
Funny me. Drugs, alcohol, murder.
Alex is over here the complications of the world are too much for me to handle.
I'm going insane.
But
I need somebody. Yeah. I need a girlfriend.
Alex needs a girlfriend. Here's
6'1" brunette, by the way. No, I'm joking.
Alex,
do not hit
if anyone out there is a single woman around the age of 20, Alex is
maximum
here.
25.
Single.
No.
Single, ready to mingle.
Thank God we're doing it at the fucking end.
Anyways, good talks.
So am I gonna say my YouTube outro? Is that a good way to end it?
I think we can promote ourselves at the end. Is something we can do.
No, that'd be fucking gay.
So.
Oh wait, by the way, I just say gay. I don't know. Oof. I have to explain this. I have a very bad potty mouth. I say things I probably shouldn't. Gay is just another word for fuck for me. I'm gonna be real.
A lot of it can get cut out in post.
Yes, we can.
Anyways, you can follow me on.
They'll be up on screen. My brother will fucking deal with this. This is all fucking editing training for him.
You can't do that on Spotify. You can't see anything on Spotify. So follow me. You
probably should read off your Twitter handle. Mine is Further Power, capital F, capital P, no space. There you go. Or you can just look up metas. Should be fine. On YouTube, by the way, as well. Should be the first result, second, if I remember correctly.
So you can follow me on Twitter at Caleb P from FTT. Or you can follow me on, I stream on Twitch, and let me pull that up.
Wait, can we just put it on the fucking
it doesn't work.
Album thing?
You can follow me on Twitch, Solid Caleb 77, if you're interested in watching me
rookies,
stream.
Baby.
If you watch me stream every once in a while, it's just more of this, except I'm by myself in a room.
Probably, who knows? I might.
Sometimes I get these guys on.
Anyway, so I guess
Anyways, good talk.
so you want to say your final words? No, I gotta say.
Talk in front of your microphone.
Shut up, Andrew. Anyway, I'm gonna say my YouTube outro because I think it's a little bit proper. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on YouTube. Oh fuck, I forgot my YouTube outro. I'm fucking having a blank. Anyway, stay hydrated. Have a good fucking wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Anything else, Caleb?
Thank you guys for if you joined us, and yeah, if you like, be sure to tune in next time. We'll be releasing episodes weekly.
Trying to.
Try to. Scheduling is not.
Scheduling is not a thing. For
Let me tell you, right before we came here, we both fell asleep and almost missed recording today. So
I haven't even edited my own YouTube video. I'm fucking making out there. Anyway, good night, everybody, or good morning or afternoon.
Just have a great day.
You beautiful fucking bastard.
Peace out.
Deuces.